think his work on the radio station, I think his work on the school newspaper as an entertainment writer, that was probably when he himself realized how much he just enjoyed the entertainment industry.
And like most college students, he had to have an internship. Frederick found his on the Love Connection.
That actually led to my first full-time job in the business, which was being a guest coordinator on the show.
Here I was, a parent, delighted that he had a full-time job, that they gave him health benefits.
And I decided this was not what I wanted to do in the business, and I quit cold turkey and stopped doing that. Much to the dismay of my mother. Who never liked when I told her I was leaving my job.
And he calls us to tell us that he's leaving and he's going to temp, and only temp in the entertainment industry, so that he can find what he really wants to do.
Eventually I got placed to fill in for the assistant of a producer named Marty Katz. I knew at that point that I wanted to be a producer. So then I started as his assistant, and apparently I made damn good coffee because within 6 months I was promoted to story editor. Eventually I was promoted once again to VP of the company, which I remained for 6 years. I was at the company for a total of 8.5 years.
But Frederick knew that his talent was too great to be working under someone else.
Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me?
So he found management was in the cards.
And he told us that he was going to go out on his own. He wanted to be his own boss.
So I left and I started Management 101. I was on my own for about a year, and after a year I met Brian Leader.
No, I don't fucking know, Frederick. I don't know what you're fucking talking about. That is not my decision! Alright, fine. It is yours, god fucking damn it! Okay, cut your hair.
Well, we actually met in Club Med in Cancun. Well, I was there for business. Maybe he was there for business, I don't know. Us New Yorkers try to stay away from those LA people. But since he was from Boston, there was some redemption. So I said I was never going to have a partner again. I said, he's someone I could partner, and he said, oh, that'll never happen. So that's kind of how our friendship and our business relationship's always been. He always has to be right, and I always have to get my way. And usually, somewhere in the middle, that's what makes us who we are. We started to be like office mates. And and we found a place at the Taft Building in Hollywood, and then all of a sudden, this is the truth, was the moment all of our furniture was in and everything, I think the door slammed and we had like an issue with like the phones or something, and then I got to really know Frederick.
So Brian moved from his New York office to join Frederick in Hollywood, and they never looked back.
You want to do what to it? Well, the last time I saw you, I thought it looked great. Well, why would you want to put that color in? Nobody does that. You're gonna pay like $1,000 for a conditioning treatment. Highlights are out. Why would you want to highlight your hair? Call Brian and ask him, because I can't do this right now. Okay, Levy, bye. We had one fight. It was on the phone. It was just this massive argument, and I remember telling Frederick to shut up and listen to me. And he did. He paused on the phone. I said, I'm going to speak, and then you're going to listen, and then you can respond, because that's how it works. And we went back and forth on that on the phone, and we were best friends ever since.
But Frederick never gave up his passion for producing film and television.
Why would I make it up?
It's all a big lie.
I was a producer on a film called Frailty with Matthew McConaughey, and I continue to produce today. My last film was called Unknown, with Jim Caviezel and Greg Kinnear.
And we had a development deal with Nickelodeon for a couple of years, and while we were there we produced a show called Dance on Sunset.
It was originally called Dance-O-Lodeon, a name that Frederick created.
Oh my god, Nickelodeon, woo, shut out!
That was the name he came up with, which I always think was the reason it was so catchy that they were going to buy it anyways.
And I actually went to audition for that show for the host. And I went in there to do the hosting job, thinking, oh my gosh, this is it. This is my big break as a host. Woo! Got really excited about it, went there. I'd never done an audition before. So I went in there, everyone's being really quiet. I go in there, I'm like, woo! Yeah, Dance on Sunset! Yelling, screaming, this, that, the other. I think everyone was freaked out, including myself, about it. So clearly didn't get the job. So go and meet Frederick, and we're like, hi, blah, blah, blah. Warm up, yeah, you do warm up, yeah, do warm up, watch the show. Just need someone to get the kids' energy up, can you do that? I'm like, yeah, pretty good, oh, fantastic.
I didn't know anything about dance, which is kind of ironic that I was producing a dance show. but nonetheless, we produced a dance show, and it was a great experience. And, you know, we continue to produce projects for film and television, and we continue to manage the careers of some very talented actors. And I continue to write. I've got 6 books now.
Despite all of Frederick's many achievements in the industry, he is not without his vices.
He's totally obsessed.
And that's the subject of this week's edition of The Nuts.
That's a good question.
So focused and disciplined.
The math skills of Chris Ferguson, the reading ability of John Joanda, and the looks of Evelyn Ang.
Scotty Wynn's hair.
Marcel Lusk's dress sense.
Yeah, that's it.
Daniel's reading abilities.
Alan Cunningham's poker knowledge.
Harold Lederer's patience.
Joel Brunson's instincts. My big mouth.
The humility of Phil Hellmuth Jr.
My own reading abilities for reading other players.
Mike Matiso's mind with Phil Ivy's brain.
I don't know anybody who plays every hand perfect besides
Frederick Levy.
But Frederick's poker obsession takes a backseat to his first obsession, the loyalty to friends and family.
I'm very proud of him and the life that he's put together for himself. It's, you know, I think one of the nicest times of year is when we all go out to LA for Thanksgiving and we see this like tremendous community that he's created for himself, and the way that he has really not just created it for himself but for all these other people, and knit together this real strong tapestry of people who all like care about each other and look out for each other and support each other, and that's great.
He likes to open his doors to anybody that doesn't have a place to go for Thanksgiving. All about. I actually also think it's about him making that soup. He's really all about his butternut squash soup, and that's really, I think, the only reason he invites all these people over is so that they can all eat the soup with him.
I love the fact that even though he's 3,000 miles away, I feel very much a part of his life, and I feel that he's very much a part of our life.
He makes such an effort as the person who is farthest away from where the most of us are. He's always flying east to go to people's weddings and bar mitzvahs and family events in a way that that I think people may not realize like what an effort it is for him to do that and how important it is to him. But it really is important, and that's why he makes those efforts.
I think family has been very important to him from day one and continues to be, and he's made just a tremendous effort to stay connected to the family.
And I loved it when he put his hand in his pocket for the first time and bought us a meal at a restaurant.
His movies have grossed over $20 million, foreign and domestic. His clients work all over the country and Canada. His books are sold globally and worldwide. He's a loving brother, son, friend, role model, and a playboy who don't play around, playa. And that's the true Hollywood story of Frederick Levy.